Hey, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS. Okay, salutation, peace, and blessings to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel, sincere followers and laborers, okay, people of Negro, Latino, and Native American descent. Okay, Shalom. Okay, let me start reading this here. 24 Republican governors commit to help Texas defend its borders. So there's an uprising against our government now, and this is actually going to spill over into bloodshed, Lord willing. You know, one of the things we always prophesy about is it's like a war within this country, which is a civil war. It's like our brain got blank there for a second. But a civil war, and everything that's brewing within this government is going to also lead to civil war. You know, nothing looks good for this place. Nothing looks good for this place. You know, and how anybody can be optimistic is beyond me. You know, now the time, that spirit, you should be pessimistic. Okay, 24 Republican governors have responded to Texas Governor Greg Abbott's call for help to secure his borders with Mexico. And the government is totally against this. And I think it was the Supreme Court granted the Border Patrol officers permission to start cutting the barbed wire fencing that these people put up. You know, the people that are protecting the borders. You know, so there's definitely division that's happening here. Straight up division that's happening here. And which ultimately is going to grow. Again, when you look up the word sedition, which means, and again, this isn't going nowhere. It's just ultimately, it's just going to get worse and worse. So when you see governors and mayors and you know, and these devils, they get brave when they see, when they're 50 deep, when they're 100 deep, and when they're 1,000 deep. Imagine the amount of people that are in support of these Texas governors and the 24, well, let's say the 25 governors. They're going to amass in numbers, man. And it's pretty much, this place is split down the middle, which side they're supporting. So they're gonna grow some balls from seeing the masses in support of this, which is actually a joke. So again, hold up. The federal government's response handling the expiration of Title 42 has represented a complete failure of the Biden administration. The governor said in a joint statement referring to the end of the Public Health Authority, Title 42, which expires at midnight on May 11th. All right. And I'm going to do this here. Because what I just recognized, that they're not really reporting on this. And if you think about it, it might be trying to make it an effort to keep it hush hush. But you see, he's here. Here's a YouTube one. There's a Facebook one. And I'm gonna let this play here. That's 5 months ago. That's 5 months ago. January 3rd. And then you know what's ultimately going to happen? They're going to start cutting federal funding to these states as well. It's January 3rd. Hold up. You see how they're not reporting on it? There's Biden administration asked Supreme Court to tell Texans to stop blocking U.S. border agents from patrols. Okay, that's the 12th. The 15th, Biden administration warns it will take action if Texas does not stop blocking federal agents from U.S. border area. And again, one of the, let's see if they mention it, because again, these states and the supporters with Texas, let's just say Texas, since they're leader of the pack, the Biden administration is going to actually cut federal spending, cut them off from federal money. The Biden administration on Sunday demanded that Texas officials start preventing federal border patrol agents from entering a section of the U.S. So there's already, that's U.S., that's agents, man. Commandeered by state National Guard soldiers last week, calling the actions clearly unconstitutional, according to a letter obtained by CBS News. The Texas National Guard does not heed the Biden administration's demand and cease its efforts to block border patrols access to a public park in the border town of Eagle Pass. Wow. They love their eagles, man. The Department of Homeland Security will refer the matter to the Justice Department and explore other options. Jonathan Meyer, the top lawyer at DHS, warned in his letter to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Meyer said to Texas' abrupt move last week to seize control of Eagle Pass, Shelby Park, an area where Border Patrol used to inspect and hold migrants, had impeded federal operations to apprehend migrants and rescue those who may be in distress. He cited the drowning of 3 migrants, a woman and 2 children, near Shelby Park on Friday. The White House, DHS, and Texas Democratic Representative Henry Cuellar has said Texas National Guard soldiers blocked Border Patrol agents from attempting to render aid to the migrants on Friday. On Sunday, the Texas Military Department, which controlled the state National Guard, disputes the claim, saying 2 of the migrants had already drowned when Border Patrol requested access to Shelby Park to respond to the incident. The department has not denied barring Border Patrol from entering the park. Texas failure to provide access to the border persists even in instances of imminent danger to life and safety, Meyer said in his letter to Paxton. So there we go. This is starting, man. So I looked up the word sedition. This is scriptural as well. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state monarch. Okay? What is an example of sedition? Sedition often includes subversion of a constitution and incitement of discontent toward or insurrection against established authority. Sedition may include any commotion, though not aimed at direct and open violence against the laws. Sedition words in writing are sedition libel. Okay. What are the three types of sedition? What is sedition behavior? Sedition is speech, writing, or behavior intended to encourage people to fight against or oppose the government. So let me go to the scripture here. Okay, it's 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Okay, so the end is knocking, man. You know, the end is knocking, and there's no turning back. Okay, so if you think there's a chance this is going to go away, you're not in the right state of mind. You really, in all reality, especially if you're a so-called black man, especially if you're a so-called Latino man, especially if you're a so-called Native American man, this is what you want. You want this thing to blow the hell up. You want to pray and wish and hope for the worst, you know, because this is judgment for this place, man, for what it's done. And number one, what it's done is serves other gods. Number two, what it's done, it put its hands on the children of Israel. It viciously and with a continuous stroke oppressed the children of Israel. Okay, so this is just drawing. This is destruction of this place is drawing nigh. Meaning it's coming soon, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's what we call civil war. Civil war. There's going to be, let's say, before the Civil War, there will be civil unrest. Okay, remember, there's levels of this thing. Civil disorder, and you've seen that around the world, also known as civil disturbance, civil unrest, or turmoil, are situations when law enforcement struggle to maintain public order or tranquility. And it's going to get to that point where these officers, they're going to have to walk off the job. And like some of them said, I can't remember what documentary it is I was watching, but there was officers actually said, hell with this job, and went home to protect their families. It happened during the floods of Katrina in New Orleans. It happened in Texas when Texas got hit, you know, by those massive storms a few years ago. And let me think of there's jobs all across Babylon themselves. There's officers walking off the job because they just can't take it no more, especially in places like New York. Officers are literally quitting their jobs, man. They're walking away. They can't take it no more, you know. This ain't, and you think they're walking on a job from this little bit that's happening? Just wait till Yahweh Shem Yahushai turns the heat up on this place, man, where there's going to be civil disturbance and civil unrest and turmoil across this whole goddamn sorry ass country. So pray for the worst. Riots. Definition of civil unrest includes riots, demonstrations. And these are going on in Babylon. Again, they're just not being reported of. Washington, D.C. is flooded with them. Demonstrations. You know, demonstrations. Help the Palestinians. Black Lives Matter, as an example. Right now, Riots, demonstrations, threatening of individuals or assemblies that have become disruptive. So when these people start facing even harder times, when hyperinflation kicks into high gear, through the spirit of Yahweh, he's drawn these ungodly, ungodly demons, individuals up out of the world, man, and he's drawing them to them streets. That's what he's doing. He's hitting them where it hurts, and it's going to get to the point. These Babylonians, these Egyptians, that's why I refer to these Americans as these great Americans. He's drawing them out. He's going to force them to fight. He's going to force them onto those streets, whether they like it or not, whether they want to draw arms or not. This is beautiful. So back to the scripture. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And that's an example of that. That's a perfect example of that. These 25 governors, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. This place is on its way out. But Texas' effort to physically block federal agents from processing migrants in a public park that covers roughly 2.5 miles of the U.S.-Mexico border is arguably the state's most drastic action yet. In his letter on Sunday, Meyer noted the federal government is the one tasked with regulating immigration, including inspection, processing, and arrest of migrants who enter the U.S. without permission. Texas seizure of Shelby Park is obstructing federal officials from carrying out their obligation, he said. State law cannot be applied to restrain federal agents from carrying out these federal authority activities, Meyer said. State law cannot be applied to restraining federal agents. Meyer also noted that some of the areas in Texas have commandeered sit on federal land. He said a 2015 agreement between the city of Eagle Pass, which oversees Shelby Park, and Border Patrol guarantees federal officials access to the park's gates. Some of the barriers used by Texas to seal off the park are owned by federal government, Meyer added. Last week, the Justice Department alerted the Supreme Court of Texas actions in Eagle Pass as part of a case over a lower court ruling that barred Border Patrol from removing the razor wire the state have placed along some sections of the U.S. southern border. The Justice Department is asking the High Court to suspend that ruling, saying it prevents Border Patrol from processing and rescuing migrants already on U.S. soil. So let me get a scripture here. Oh, you know what? Because let me come back to this Luke 12. But Luke 11, Mark 3 and 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Mark 3 and 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. You know, Trump, Biden. You know, and its works itself from this division is manifesting itself more and more. 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end, an adversary. And if Satan, his adversary, rise up against himself, they're all the ungodly people, man. All of them. All of them are ungodly as souls. The wicked. It's Tanos. Just as adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act, the name given to. Circumventing men by his wiles. A Satan-like man. A Satan-like man. And these people, all of them are the ungodly, man. You know, all of them are. I'm gonna fake the funk and act like there's one of them amongst them that is good. No. Luke 11:18, if Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. Luke, okay, so this is what the Lord's bringing. Division. Luke 12:51, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. Nay, no. 52, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Because, you know, in these houses, there are some that, you know, that accept their Hebrew Israelite, but ain't doing the work. You know, there are those that are doing the work, you know, that knows they're a Hebrew Israelite, and the family is against them. There are families that are Republicans. There are families that are Democrats within the same household. You know, he's bringing division, man. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father. The mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower. And so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites. You hypocrites. And they're hypocrites. This nation is a nation of hypocrites. One who answers and interprets, an actor, stage player, a dissembler, pretender, an actor under an assumed character. Actors are hypocrites. A dissembler, hypocrite. They're all hypocrites. So this is division that's coming. And this division is going to wax worse, and it's going to wax worse and worse. You know? This is fantastic, man. You know, this place is a corporation. It's no longer a country, man. It's an actual business corporation. How the hell are you going to tell these people that run this corporation? How are you going to tell anybody that run their business how to run their business? That's why these people look like damn fools, man. You know, This devil and the devils that own this place, man, they can do what the hell they want. And what they want to do, they want to destroy this place. You know? Which I'm referring to the bankers. The bankers that own this place. This place is in debt by trillions of dollars, man. Who do you think their debt is owed to? The bankers, man. The small hats. That's who it is behind the scene, the small hats. Who all this money, who the debt is owed to. And I've even had conversations with these stupid ass people, man. No one owns the debt. Huh? No one owns that debt. I want somebody to make some sense out of that. They tell you Americans are stupid, man. They're stupid. So with that, let me think and see if I have another precept. Because I have many precepts on this as far as sedition is concerned. But concerning this place here, she that liveth in pleasure but I'm going to close. Till next time, shalom.